Hey friends, just wanted to point out real quick that no one is storming the Capitol today. Like, because it's normal, that's what normal people do. We allow a peaceful transfer of power because that's what should be done. And we're not rooting for people to storm the Capitol because that would be just insane. Anyway, hope you have the day you voted for. Bye.
Look at this lady trying to act like liberals are still the sane, mature, rational, cerebral ones in this country when our president, Donald J. Trump, had 2, perhaps 3 attempts on his life during his last campaign. What's going on? This is Red Channel's your humble guide on the 2024 Make America Great Again Revenge Tour. Before we get into the Liberal Tears compilation this time, please consider giving this video a like, sharing it, subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. Consider going down into the description section of this video and subbing to me on Patreon, or alternatively, supporting this channel's first sponsor, Classic Cut Suits. Classic Cut Suits. Have you looking fresh? Have you looking sharp? Have you styling on the vintage fashion community? Holla at your boy, Classic Cut Suits.
Okay, I'm gonna need one of you maggots to explain something to me. I just made a video of Aaron Paraness. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. Love that guy. He was bringing us the breaking news of Donald Trump is now a convicted felon. Of course, he has been. We all know that. But, of course, the maggots, they needed that gavel to hit the desk. It's done. He's a convicted felon. Why am I still getting comments calling me a crazy cat lady? And by the way, I like dogs, okay? He's a convicted felon. And they still won't believe it. They just won't believe it. Somebody actually told me that I was in denial. That one blew my mind, which, by the way, you losers, keep on giving me all the comments so I know to block your loser ass.
It always kills me when white people try to say to me, like, oh, segregation's gone, we got rid of it. I live in one of the most segregated cities in this country. I live in one of the most segregated cities in this goddamn country. Similar to how slavery never went away. They just are doing it now through money. With slavery, they did it. They just changed the system to the prison industrial complex. And for segregation, they just changed it to money. And so now, as the system that we're in, it can be, oh, well, no, it's not the system's fault. No, you're just not working hard enough. Or, no, you're the one doing crime. It's not the system's fault. You're the one doing these things.
Then we had BLM and all of the riots that were being started by BLM members were exposed as being started by Klansmen or Proud Boys. And it was exposed through TikTok. Then we get to January 6th. Most of the people that were arrested on January 6th were caught because they made a TikTok video, a TikTok live, a TikTok story, something that had to do with TikTok while they were at the Capitol on January 6th. TikTok also exposed a lot of things that had to do with Epstein and Trump. It's Palestine, and TikTok really exposed what was going on in Palestine and the genocide that was happening there. We had no other way to see it. I mean, I kind of saw it on X, but a lot of it was pro-Israel. But not only that, Kamala Harris almost won the presidency because of TikTok.
Kamala Harris almost won because of TikTok. That is rich. I had to laugh at that.
Fuckos. You remember when you were running on Donald Trump giving us all lower egg and gas prices, and then he immediately said that he doesn't think that he can do anything about that and prices are probably going to go up or stay where they are? And he also ran on being the peace president. He wouldn't shut the fuck up about 13 service members losing their lives while Joe Biden has been president. And now he is attacking multiple allies, not our enemies, allies. He's threatening Greenland, which is by proxy Denmark. He is threatening Panama, who doesn't have a fucking military to defend themselves. What a big man you are. He's threatening Canada and Mexico. What the fuck are we doing? He is not even president yet, and this has been the longest presidency of our fucking lives. He's not even in yet, and he's already walking back campaign promises about bringing down prices and being the fucking peace president. Kind of hard to be the peace president when you're fucking starting fights with everybody. He's gonna get Americans killed. I hope you guys are fucking happy with your vote. Hey,
Okay, did we lose the election? Yes, we did. Am I bitter about it? Yes, I am. Am I gonna be petty as fuck? Also, yes. Am I gonna let MAGA forget that we warned them? No, I am not. Am I gonna laugh at the find out phase? Also, yes. Am I wearing a winter hat inside my house? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Am I proud that America elected a convicted felon before they elected a woman? No, I am not. No, I am not. Am I going to be a fucking menace for the next 4 years? Also, yes.
I want to know how delusional you have to be to believe that billionaires actually care about how much your groceries cost. Because if you're paying more in taxes, let's just say egg prices don't change at all. No change. If you have less money, those eggs are still going to be expensive. Same with health insurance. Same with gas. Same with housing, etc., etc. If you have less money, even if those prices don't change, you cannot afford them. And who's going to pay for all of these mass deportations if that's why you voted for Trump? Me and you, that's who's paying for it. Elon isn't paying for it. Mexico isn't paying for it. Canada isn't paying for it. Greenland isn't paying for it. And if we have so much money for all of this military invasion that we're planning, why were Elon and Don ready to shut down the government if they didn't get a higher debt ceiling? I'm so fucking angry.
First of all, most billionaires actually supported Harris. Let's get that out of the way right now. The billionaire class is, by and large, behind the Democratic Party. What we see with Trump and Elon and a few of their supporters is basically a group of rogue billionaires who have tapped into the populist discontent of the ignored American masses. And what this delusional woman doesn't seem to understand is that we're also like not even a month into Trump's presidency. She's already complaining about egg prices. This talking point dropped. You had liberals complaining about, oh, well, the price of eggs hasn't gone down, blah, 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 blah. You had liberals complaining about the price of eggs before Trump was even sworn in. These people are robots. They're unthinking robots. And this woman is one of them.
So are you guys heading to the Trump victory rally on January 19th? Yeah, it's going to be great. It's right before the inauguration, and for some reason he has to have a victory rally. You know what's interesting? You know who else had a victory rally back in 1933? Schmittler. Yeah, he had a victory rally to show the unification of power. Isn't it just so fun that in 2025 we can still make connections and find similarities between 1930s Germany and America today? Like, that is what Trump has given us. It has brought people back to reading history, right? It has brought people back to wanting to understand their history and find those connections between Nazi Germany and today's America. And I think, congrats on that, Trump. That is so cool that you have reinvigorated today's culture and society to want to learn about history and what's going to go on at this pre-inauguration party. I don't know. I imagine Laura Trump will probably be singing some weird original song. Eric Trump will be looking there like a stupid stump of a human. Don Jr.'s probably going to be doing some sort of line of white powder, blowing it up his nose. Yeah, I bet it's going to be a huge bash. Kimberly Guilfoyle, who knows where she is? She's been cast out. There's a new babe in town. And then Melania and Barron, they're not going to be present because they want nothing to do with Donald Trump. But you know who is going to be there? The First Lady, Alania. So she's going to be there in all her glory because she has bought the presidency for Donald Trump. They're going to be doing their double dick pull to the YMCA, the gay anthem that's become the MAGA movement symbol. For some reason, those two have crossed over and connected. And it's just going to be a huge bash. And that's before the inauguration. So, yeah, we have a lot to look forward to. We have the pre-inauguration, we have the inauguration, we have the inaugural ball, and then we have 1930s Germany. So, enjoy. It's going to be a fun ride.
Yeah, blue team going to be able to do a little bit more than they usually can do because that falls under a law, right? Okay. I think the reason why the judge still wants Trump to come for sentencing is because he's been told that that motherfucker is going to jail. And not only him. A lot of motherfuckers going with him. This is just what I think. This is my opinion.
Like, how is this happening? How is he incited an insurrection? He's a fucking criminal, bro. Oh my god. Anybody else just feel like it's fucking like insane to think that the Democrats, nobody objected? God, I'm so red. I guess nobody objected. They're just handing away democracy like our lives don't depend on it. We are on our own. And that is on them. Fucking pathetic. Not one Democrat objected. Not one.
I mean, just from that little "they're just handing away democracy" comment by this woman, you can see the logical conclusion of the rhetoric that corporate Democrats and the managerial elite and the MSM, the establishment, has used to radicalize liberals in this country. Because in the liberal mind, if Trump really is a fascist, really is going to establish the Fourth Reich or something, then why is preventative, preemptive political violence against him and his supporters wrong? That's really the question that the mainstream media has posed to these people, subliminally, with all their articles and all their smear campaigns and all their demonization of regular Americans like you and I. That's what they've done. They've radicalized these people against us into thinking that we're monsters and that they have license to take any measure of violence against us. That's why liberals are so nasty, so vicious.
Today is such a prime example of how un-American MAGA Republicans and Donald Trump are, and how weak and petty and mean and hateful and spiteful they are, because I have seen tons of MAGA Republicans gloating about the fact that Kamala Harris is going to be the one certifying the election today. And it's just such an incredibly stark contrast to how Donald Trump dealt with his landslide loss in 2020. He lost by over 7 million votes. It was a humongous, humiliating defeat. And he turned it into a persecution complex, refused to accept the results, and incited a rebellion against the United States Constitution. Meanwhile, Kamala Harris has a backbone made of steel, and she's the one who's going to be out there certifying the election which she lost by one of the smallest margins in history to a man who is so patently un-American, weak-willed, and just petty and vindictive and awful. And yet she has the strength to do that. And if that doesn't show you the difference between the two parties, I don't know what does.
Now, the only good thing about Trump being sentenced on the 10th is that his supporters are no longer going to be saying, oh, he hasn't been sentenced. He's not a convicted felon. He has been a convicted felon. 34 counts, babe. And he is an adjudicated rapist. So, I mean, I guess I won't have to hear that bullshit anymore. Because, you know, anyone who has an IQ higher than room temperature would know this. But no, they're the no research party. And before you leave a negative comment, that will push this video to more people, and more people will know that Trump is a convicted felon. More people will also know that you support a felon and a rapist. Anyways, have a good day. I will keep enjoying my family. See you tomorrow.
This woman's trying to make it some sort of threat. Oh, if you leave a negative comment, that'll only boost this video, and then more people will know what happened. As like people don't watch the news. It's not everywhere beamed into your brain 24/7 all the time that liberals want to smear Trump's name. And the other thing too is we won the popular vote. We won the popular vote. Seethe. Cope and seethe. Cope and seethe, young lady. Your delicious tears are my precious sustenance. Anyways, to wrap this up, consider going down into the description section of this video and purchasing a suit or a shirt or something else from ClassicCutSuits.com, the #1 purveyor of suits in the US, our first sponsor. And also, have a good night, and Red Channels will catch you in the next one.